The 2024 Toyota Tacoma is coming, and we have rumors in the mill right now to discuss with you. So let's get started. 2024 Toyota Tacoma speculation and rumors. So I am 100% confident that we have a release date, which is April 4th. Now, it's not an official release date, but I'm confident because there are plenty of little Easter eggs that Toyota has released over the past couple of weeks. The biggest one came recently on their Instagram page, and let's dive into this image that they shared because there's a couple of teasers. If you look at it at first, it's clearly a third-gen Toyota Tacoma, and the caption says, "Patented good looks." Now this first slide, there's nothing really that sticks out, but if you go to the second slide, it says Brazilian Patent Office in the top left corner of the second slide. And in the bottom right-hand corner, there's a fuzzy white truck, which is really interesting. Now, there were some speculations about a patent that Toyota did file with Brazil's patent office at the beginning of this year. So let's take a look at those images that they filed. You've probably seen these if you're a Toyota guy and you've been looking into this at all. It looks basically like the mashup of a third-gen Tundra and a third-gen Toyota Tacoma to be the new fourth-gen Toyota Tacoma. There's been a whole bunch of videos already done about these mock-ups, but if you didn't know already, those are the Brazilian patent images. And clearly Toyota knows about this because they said outright on their post, Brazilian Patent Office. It's pretty clearly photoshopped in there too. Now, the other thing is that fuzzy white truck in the bottom right-hand corner of the second slide. It's a white truck. It looks just like the one in the patent drawings from Brazil. So let's go back to this first slide because something really sticks out. The license plate is all blacked out, but you can see in there, really hidden, that it says 040423, which is about a week from now. It's April 4th, 2023. It happens to be a Tuesday, Taco Tuesday. So the speculation here is that they are going to announce and show the world the 4th gen Toyota Tacoma officially on Tuesday, April 4th. So one of the funny things that I like about this date is that it's right in the middle of the Easter Jeep Safari in Moab, which is kind of a little troll move on Toyota's part. And it's also Taco Tuesday, so I'm pretty confident that's going to happen. But let's talk about the things that we think will be different about this 4th gen Toyota Tacoma compared to the 3rd gen specifically. So most importantly, the thing that everybody's gonna wanna talk about is the engine going into these trucks. Obviously, with the 2nd gen Tundra going into the 3rd gen, they switched to a V6, they eliminated the V8, and they went to a twin turbo hybrid option. Now, in the rumor mill, we've heard, and you've probably heard if you've been on any forums or paying any attention to the Toyota world, they're expected to do a 2.4 liter 4-cylinder turbo engine in the new 2024 Toyota Tacoma. The reason that everyone is confident that this will be the engine is because it's what Lexus is using in the NX 350, and it produces 275 horsepower, which is right where they already are on the 3rd gen 3.5 liter trucks. But the cool thing about this 2.4 liter 4-cylinder turbo is that it produces 317 foot-pounds of torque. So it is a better powerhouse for this truck. And the really cool thing is if they do end up going with a hybrid option for the truck, those numbers will go up, but so will the gas mileage. The MPGs right now on a Lexus NX 350 are 24 miles per gallon, and in the hybrid option, which they do offer, it's a 30 mile per gallon range. Now I think the Tacoma is going to be slightly heavier than this Lexus NX 350, so expect that to be slightly lower, but those are real world numbers. Those are not what Lexus says the numbers are. Those are actually reports from consumers that have driven 50,000 miles in their NX 350s. Something I'm not going to hold my breath over, but I really hope they're going to do is offer the 3.5 liter V6 in a turbo hybrid. The Tundra engines are fantastic. I really hope that Toyota gets the memo that everybody loves how that feels in a Tundra. If they offered that in the dominant Tacoma platform, it would just take off. It would be literally a killer product, and it may not be within their ethos, but it would be something really cool if they ended up doing that. Now let's talk about the transmission. The NX 350 transmission is an automatic 8-speed, and I have a feeling that with this transmission, they're also going to offer a manual. You know, the Tacoma purists are still going to want a manual. Don't ask me why. Off-roading, I'm sorry guys, unless you have a crawl box, going with a manual truck is never gonna be more beneficial unless you have a crawl box. But still, I know people love their manual transmissions, and I have a feeling that because of what we saw with the new Supras, they're probably gonna offer a manual transmission as well still. The other major change that I'm confident is gonna happen is the elimination of leaf springs in the rear. Now, you've probably seen these videos if you've been paying attention as well, of these like spy style capture videos, seeing these things in the wild all camouflaged out, and they have, you know, they're covered up, so they're trying to keep it from the public, but this one in particular was from just a parking lot. Like, they weren't even doing anything official, and this dude is just there and put it on YouTube. It's pretty clear that not only does it look very similar to a Tundra, the exhaust is on the left side like a Tundra, you know, there's all sorts of these little things that are reminiscent of a Tundra, the grille being a lot bigger, the rear end looking more aggressive, but it's pretty clear that there aren't leaf springs on this truck anymore. So that means it's a coil suspension in the rear and it's links. Now, there's a lot of people who are gonna think that leaf springs party harder. Shout out to Loose and Lost, I'm wearing your shirt right now. I do like leaf springs in certain situations, but daily driver Tacomas, this thing's gonna feel so good. It's gonna improve the handling, and it's gonna be a better ride quality on road for sure with the coil suspension in the rear. Now, with the links, you can still make this thing nasty. You're gonna be able to mod the heck out of it. There's so much you're gonna be able to do. So I am a fan of that decision. The other clear thing is that they're eliminating drum brakes, and a lot of people are gonna say it's about time you go to discs in the rear. Toyota has notoriously had disc brakes in the rear, and even though it seems like it's outdated, it's not all for nothing. I mean, there's something to be said for having mud. You know, if you get into an off-road situation, having drum brakes, there are benefits to having everything enclosed. But everybody wants those disc brakes, and it looks like they're finally gonna do it on the 2024 Tacomas. The other huge change that I think is gonna be pretty obvious is the infotainment system. Right now, the latest gens, the 23s, they have an 8-inch touchscreen inside. And just like, again, we saw on the Tundras, I believe they're gonna bump it up to the 14-inch touchscreen and really improve everything. So you're gonna have wireless CarPlay and just upgraded technology, which Toyota, you know, they usually are a little bit behind on their tech inside. They care more about function than fashion for sure. Another huge upgrade that I'm looking forward to is the adaptive cruise control and stepping that into a steering assist as well. So the new Tundras kind of bump steer and help you steer quite a bit, but I really am looking forward to seeing what the next evolution is in that technology. I was just in Texas and I rented a Tesla, and letting that thing drive on the highway is just a great experience. And I know Toyota not only has the money and the technical ability to do it, let's give us some auto driving capabilities. So when we're on these road trips to go off-roading and have fun, it just makes it more enjoyable and it makes it more safe. That's something I really hope they implement and just kind of step into on these next gen Tacomas. Two more quick topics. Number one, pricing. Well, caranddriver.com says that it's gonna start at $28,000 for the SR. Don't even think about getting the SR, by the way. Start at the SR5, which will be at $30,000 estimated. And the TRD Pro, $46,000. Most people don't need the Pro. Go ahead and stick with the TRD off-road. Get the rear locker right out of the gate. We can fix your suspension here at Mountain Yotas, and that'll be about $38,000. So it's pretty much already in line with where we are on the Toyota Tacomas. Last but not least, let's talk about the Modability on the 2024 Tacomas. The good news is all of these things are not going to hinder what everybody loves about Tacomas. They're basically like Legos for grown-ups. You will be able to do any mod that you could possibly think of and that you could possibly do on a third-gen Tacoma on this 2024, as long as all of these speculations and rumors are true. 2.4 liter will already be turboed. There will be some adjustability. There's a lot of companies out there that do tuning and make more power out of already turboed vehicles. There's blow-off valve options. There's some cool stuff. So even if it is only in a 4-cylinder, we're gonna be able to do some really exciting things with it. There's also endless suspension options, and it's gonna be really cool to see people who are, you know, doing things already with leaf springs, but now having to address coils in the rear with links. We do a lot of link suspensions at Mountain Yotas, but we don't do a lot on Tacomas because it's already got Leafs there, so a lot of people don't want to spend the money, but seeing the upgrades really step into the Link world where it's coming out of the box with Links, it's going to be really interesting, and I'm excited about it. So what do you think? Which ones of these speculations and rumors are true? Which ones are false? And what do you want to see in the 2024 Toyota Tacoma? Comment below, and as usual, please drop a like, comment, and subscribe on our other videos, and until next time, we'll follow up once the 24 is officially released. Have a great day. Peace.